but who are the people around you?
Sure.
And what picture do you see daily?
And what kind of decisions they influence you to make?
Exactly. Hello.
Hi.
I want to sing a song. This is a month of love. Nobody gonna love you this way. I must
Think
think
of
of
you
you.
forever. Nobody gonna. What's that song?
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am Petuah, odetta, and last time I forgot to introduce Sheila. Sheila, you need to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Namadisha Ariel.
And we are here with another video. This is another episode, and this being a month of love, we're really are excited to celebrate love. Not just because it's Valentine's or what, but I think it's a beautiful thing to celebrate love.
It is a beautiful thing to be in love, to spread love.
Yes. So today the setting is different, and I'm loving it. We're going to be eating, but I think we're just going to have a random chat, and it's more about just understanding friendships and understanding love as a whole. Like, it's just going to be a little bit of everything there. But girl, how have you been?
I've been okay, great.
Girl, I am sweating. I don't even know.
She is sweat. It's a month of love, a hot month of love.
Oh my god. So how was Valentine?
Pretty much a normal day. It was a Friday.
Actually, it's a normal day.
It is,
And it's weird. I had some guy actually. He was saying that Valentine's is a demonic kind of like.
Not that I know of.
Anyway, but let's leave that to those who think. I think you make it what you really want to make it.
Yeah, true.
So it really depends. Anyways, we're going to start by eating. We need to start feasting. We need to open the thing. So
Happy Valentine's.
happy Valentine. Everything is red. It's giving off red.
Yes.
Ooh.
I think the next time I should make pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, baby girl, I wanted to ask you, what inspires you to love in a world where there is so much hate?
The fact that I love myself.
Mm.
It starts with me loving me. Then I know
Exactly.
I need to spread love. Yeah. I have a totally different understanding of, let's say, friendship, to be precise. It looks more of an investment for my future.
Okay.
Yes, so I am a bit picky when it comes to the people that I choose to hang out with.
Yeah.
And it all narrows down to not only what I benefit from them, but what I can as well offer.
Yeah,
So
offer
it is
to
a
them.
two-way
It's
drive.
a two-way
Yes,
drive,
it
yeah.
is. Yeah. So what inspires me is the fact that I love me and I need to share the love.
The
that I
love.
have.
And to love someone actually benefits you, because when you're giving love,
Yay.
come on, cheers. When you're giving love, you reap from it. And I had you talk about friendships.
Mm.
I think right now, I don't want us to make Valentine's or the month of love only just be for lovers, but also they're just friendships that really matter in our lives. Like you girl, Sheila, like you're my girl. Like, guys, let me tell you, I think we need to tell these guys about us.
Yes.
So we met. I think the first day that I saw you, you actually called out to me. I was with my mom from down. She was like, "Hi." I was like, "Hell yeah!" Because our neighborhood, it's like people like are always indoors.
Yes.
Everyone is minding their own business, and it was really nice to see a very beautiful young person just say hi. And because I know of people who will be like, I'm not seeing you.
They'll avoid you.
They avoid you. But it was really nice of you. And I think that's the first time I saw, and I knew, like, okay, this is my girl.
No.
Like, I knew, I didn't like, but I just had that feeling like you're such a nice person.
I think, and the first time I saw you, you're this kind of a person I would peep, like get to see through my window. I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
they're moving out, they're heading to church, and I'm like, okay, how should I say hi to her
this girl?
for months? Then that one time, I'm like, okay, you know what? Get out. So I'm like, hi, and you're with your
Yeah.
mother. It was really
Yeah, I
beautiful.
remember that
Yes, and
time.
that was the genesis of our friendship
Yeah.
altogether.
And from that day, and it's like, I think the thing that really brought us together was just the sharing. Most times when we sat down, all we talked about was something that was going to benefit the other.
Yeah.
It was, and I really thank God for that. And I think right now in in this life, sometimes people really think that someone has to be your best friend to, like, you guys to connect. You're a very busy person. I'm also like doing my own things, and most times when we actually meet, sometimes we meet after like 3 days,
We
or
never planned the
we
meeting.
never plan the meeting. But I was so blessed. For those who watched the last video that we made, me and Sheila, you could really tell that there is sharing and sitting with people who are inspired by the very things that you're inspired, as in with. There's a way it just you get built by just listening to another person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to ask me anything?
Yes. So we have talked about literally most of the things whenever we meet. Random conversations, one leading to another, which has been really beautiful. And one of the things that has captured my attention is the beauty in the friendships that you are having. When you're talking about your girls, you can see there is a deep understanding. You can see there is that mutual, there is that strong love that grows over years. And there is a reason to as well you love each one of them independently.
Yeah.
I would love to know, what do you focus on while choosing friends?
I focus on someone's relationship with God,
Mm.
because I've told you about my one of my friends. She's someone who loves God so much, and when I say someone who has a relationship with God, someone that if I went to them and I was down, they're not just going to just tell me random things, but they'll relate everything they're telling me to the word of God. They will pray for me. That will be like the first solution they will give me. Then other things can come before that, after that. I think that's the number one thing. And then also consistency. I think I love someone who is consistent with their beliefs, their values, who they are as a person. I don't like in that, like, right now we have so many people who pretend to be what they're not. I want to feel like, just be you. If you're talkative, if you're like, be you, be true to yourself. If you don't have the nice things and all that, like, just let me know who you are. Be consistent in the things that you do. Don't be this person and then I'm hearing from another person you're this kind of person. I always tell you, I have a Muchiga friend. When I met her, I just knew, okay, this one is fire. And I loved her because she was so straightforward. I loved her because she would tell me whatever is in her mind. Like, I just knew that, okay, if I'm really going to fall in love with this person, this is exactly how I'm going to live every day. Her telling me what's on her mind, and me just either getting pissed or just loving on her like that. So I think for me those are the other things. And also just someone who is how can I put this? Homely. Eh? Like, I
Yeah.
get to be around you and feel comfy. Like, I
I
want to
get
be
you.
like you. You're like my home right now. Someone that I can be around and just feel home and feel peace and feel loved.
Aw.
And those friendships whereby I don't really have to talk to you every day,
Yeah.
but when we meet, it's like the spark
The
is.
energy.
Thank
Yeah.
you, the energy, and yeah, that's really what I look for always, as in when I meet someone or in friendships.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
and you?
Basically, yes. Besides someone being a Christian, I am sapiosexual. I fall for intelligence.
Um, oh, very important.
Very, very honestly
Aye,
speaking. What are we going to talk about for 3 damn hours?
exactly.
I need to carry something home. I need to
Yeah,
practice something. We need to work out a number of things because friendship, there should be growth.
yeah.
You get it? I need to see you grow. You need to see me grow. Otherwise, if we're all going to be in the same position January to December, then what's that?
Exactly. And you remember we had this conversation with you when we were showing me certain things, and I'm like, girl, I love this because you're inspiring me to think even far.
Yes.
Like, it's like you're inspired more, like when you see someone of your age do things that you think you cannot do, and you're like, girl, because you can do that, I can do. And people don't know that for you to achieve something, most of the people who are rich and all those famous guys, they learned from someone, they saw something from someone, and they also, duplicated it in a way. So when you talk about intelligence, that's very important,
And
vital.
one thing you have mentioned that is very important, even the rich learn from someone.
Yeah.
I want us to understand that where there is friendship, there should not be competition. The challenge with us, the girls, if I see you doing something and maybe I duplicate it one way, then we start fighting.
Yeah.
There is no new idea. Honestly, there is no new idea in this
Yeah.
world. One thing is, if you can inspire someone to do something, support them through the process of mastering it. Everyone has their own clients, everyone has their own
Exactly.
audience. I mean, why compete for things that are already in the world and things we will leave in the world?
In the world. And by the way, I don't know what's with girls in competition.
Crazy.
I don't know why we compete with each other. There's just so much of it, and it scares me a lot because women don't really build women in a way.
Women are not women's people.
Yeah. But also I wanted to talk about this. So girl. Hey. So you remember, okay. It's good to have friends.
Yeah.
But how close should your girlfriend be to your partner?
Um, I don't support girls. It's not that I'm a jealousy kind. I'm not a jealousy
No, girl,
kind of a person.
yeah.
And I'm not possessive, but I'm territorial.
Exactly.
I mark my territories. No trespass. So, so girls, I think it should even start from we need to have common sense.
Yeah.
If you notice your girl has a partner, draw boundaries. Draw boundaries. Even if you were best friends, but now they chose her, draw
Exactly.
boundaries.
That is very, very important because I've actually seen scenarios whereby someone literally took someone's boyfriend right in front of their nose.
Crazy. Now, for example, I think you have never noticed. If you hosted me and maybe there is that. You understand?
There's a respect to give my husband. But Sheila, I really commend you for that. And know that it just speaks loud about your character. Because not only, even by the way, when you're with me and him, even the way you call me literally changes.
Yes.
You call me
Mrs. Ah!
I'm like, girl, Mrs. Ah,
Yes.
But like that is so amazing.
Why
to
sit
see.
in the same chair with someone's partner?
And let me like seriously, but that's true. You say the thing about feelings and relationships, it's that love and whatever, the more there's just people are connected to each other and around each other all the time, and then there's just that familiarity. You're talking a lot, and he confide, like when I confide in your person like all the time, do you realize they begin to feel my pain, and from pain comes feelings. Oh, I feel bad for him. From feeling pity to like, oh, I think I need to embrace her leads to something else. So I think if a friend really loved you, she will draw those boundaries and say, okay, I can't hug this guy a certain way. I can just there are certain things you cannot do.
True.
What are the things someone should do, like the boundaries?
When it comes to boundaries, how you address it starts with small things like the way you address these
Yeah.
people. If you understand you're in their home, then you need to embrace the
Don't
fact the other
enter
one
their
is.
bedroom.
Don't enter their bedroom. Don't sit close to someone's partner. And if you're the opposite gender, yes, don't sit in between them. Hey, what are you trying to say? Those are
Be
small
practical,
gestures.
like
Yes.
just
Yes, be practical. And I mean, don't, even if you are so fond of the home, do not just move anyhow.
Anyhow.
More so if the two people are on ground, have that respect reserved for that particular
that
moment.
particular moment.
The conversations you're holding matter a lot.
You do.
They do matter a lot. And also, even if they are trying to tell you about the other you are neutral. Keep quiet. That is unsolicited advice. Don't give advice at that particular moment.
Yeah.
You can ha 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 and laugh it off and blush it off,
Yeah.
but do not engage.
Don't. And also, I want us to talk about, like, when it comes to conflict, how, as in, some friends really get like so enraged maybe when their friend has a conflict with the guy and they get so involved in it. And I feel like maybe sometimes people, you as a partner in the relationship, you're telling your friend, so much about your relationship, and these people get past to know about it, and now they come. Don't let me tell you, girl. God forgive me. I love when my friends are like come like commando for me. But then it was when we were like dating seasons. I think when you're married, it's completely different. But we're still talking about friendships, and friendships are a very beautiful thing. Like friends can be family. I remember when we lost our dad, the people who buried my dad, you guys, a majority of these people were friends. And right now, we don't take friendship seriously. And I've been with a friend of mine. I remember back then when we used to work in Ponge. She kept on telling me, all my friends, got married and now we are not close. And I don't even know what to do anymore. I really love these people. I invested in this relationship. What do you think brings about, like, friendships kind of withering off when people get married?
I think we first have to understand
Mm.
married people relate with the single ones differently, because
Things
yes, it's a
change.
totally different
Things
world.
change.
There is a battle of these people trying to understand the partners they're with, because now, and also planning on how to move on,
Mm.
getting to understand the mutual friends, how they can bring all these. It's a battle.
Mm.
It's a battle. It's not a one-off. So we, as let me say, if the single friends are there when you get married, they start getting mad. You
Some of
just
them
need
get jealous.
that you get, yeah, exactly. The
Some.
conversations
Some.
between the married and the single is totally
It
different.
changes,
It's
by the way.
totally different.
And I think why everything changes because you find that most times when you get married, you literally have a different lifestyle. Again, there are different battles you're fighting compared to the battles that the single person is facing.
Yeah.
And you find that most times you might be complaining about your boyfriend. Oh, my boyfriend did this, my boyfriend did that, and she like has these marital issues also
Yeah.
going on and all that. So sometimes it feels like you're burdening each other. There
Yeah.
is that, but also I think sometimes it just becomes hard because I can't even explain it. Like I have my own friends who have reached out and they're like, Pity, ever since you got married, you've changed a lot. And some of them think, oh, because you're married now you think no. Guys, marriage is another thing
It
altogether.
is. It
It's
is.
another
Just
thing.
have
The thing is, the changes come whereby you are someone who can just walk off your door, go to a club, go for a concert, do whatever you want. But like when it now comes to a married woman, you have protocol.
Yeah.
You have someone you're answerable and accountable to. You just
Exactly.
can't get out and be like,
It's no longer a one person decision here.
exactly.
Now you run it by two. So I cannot hang out freely
Yeah.
like we used to.
Yeah.
There are things I'm not going to discuss with you. Maybe we used to talk about boyfriends, but now I have a
It's
husband who
different.
I'm representing
Yeah.
wherever I go. So I need to be protective. Now we won't go in depth of sharing when it
Yeah.
comes to such conversations.
Yeah.
So now that is where you feel there is a rift.
Yeah.
It is not a rift. It is just like that two different worlds in the same world.
But how can those relationships be mended? Because I know I have friends. I have friends who are like single. But I think there's something you can do about that. There's something you can do about that. I think both of you maybe just have to understand that you people are really in different timelines. And then from there, you just have to restructure your relationship and be like, if people used to go to like Christian concerts, whatever those things that you used to do as fun, you guys begin to understand that, oh, I can do that, she can do that. But then maybe like if she has like a birthday for her baby or like those family gatherings, you can show up and support your girl. But then things actually change. They actually change. Girl. So, have you ever been hurt by a friend?
Several times.
Girl, we had my heartbreak.
several times. It's so absurd. The friendships we really invest in 100% break us, they crush
They
us.
cry. Hey,
I don't know whether because we
some of them more than even boyfriend girlfriend.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it gets to a point where you feel now you need to stay away from each and every
Mm-hmm.
person, because if you notice, I'm a more indoor person. If I'm not at work or I'm not carrying out any community activity, I'll lock myself in, and you can never know that I'm inside unless you drop a message. I'm like, yeah, I'm home. I stay away from people. I'm trying to protect my heart.
Yeah.
You understand? Because the people who have attachment issues,
Mm-hmm.
people when they love, they love.
Mm-hmm.
They'll give their whole. You get the whole bit. You're going to love, you're going to trust, you're going to pour your entire self into this person. And even if they do something really minor, it is big on your side and it crushes you. So I've had a number of episodes of
Yeah.
that kind. I do not regret those relationships because they taught me. At one moment, they were beautiful,
Yeah.
and
People
they're
come
great
and go.
memories. Yes, people come and go. People
And
come in
there's
a season.
seasons. Yeah.
Exactly. So I really appreciate those relationships, but then also they have taught me how to be protective, to shield my heart.
Yeah.
I don't jump in like, hey, here I am. I see if it takes time.
Yeah.
I know what to discuss with who. Okay.
Yeah.
So that whole bit, I mean, everyone gets hurt. I'm sure they also have
Their
people who hurt
own.
them. So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
But I think the first time that I met Shila, I told you like I have a problem. Like when I love, I love.
Yeah.
Like I come in like that's something that I'm trying to unlearn. Like the word. That's something that I'm trying to unlearn because most of the times I come in and I'm like so excited for a relationship, more like friendship, and someone just gives you a glimpse of who they are. They're nice, they're amazing, and you're like, okay, this is my person. And then as time goes on, you realize that you're doing most of the work in the friendship. And me, I'm the kind of girl who cries over my friends. Like I will cry. I will cry. And I also try to mend. But you see, I've even had situations where my husband once told me, like, girl, there are friendships that you have to leave. And it's so weird. When you have a friend and you went from laughing and hugging each other so easily, but you can't even do that anymore. You're just weird around each other. It feels like a relationship, like but the friendships are a marriage in a way.
They are worse.
Hey, and the worst by the things about friendships is that some of us have, because some people they say, oh, married people also have lugambo, but there are those who are friends, but there are those who are not friends. They don't really have lugambo. Most of the lugambo you're giving to your friend. Now you break up with this girl and she like knows so much about you, and not you've just invested so much emotion into this, and it really breaks so bad. I don't like
I think
the thought of it.
one of the things I thank God for is the fact that I don't overshare.
Mm-hmm.
For that, it takes time for me to tell you the truth. Takes time. I let you judge me basing on what you see and what you think.
That's something I had to learn.
You get it. But at the end of the day, if this person gets to, even if it's quarter away and you break up, my goodness, whenever you see them talk to a person, you're like, so there are those friendships, even if it is not the same, the written stories still live.
Yeah. Let me tell you, friendships are beautiful. And I thank God I have people like, oh my God, me, I can name my friends that I studied with, but they're friends. And I'm not saying they're my best friends. I don't even know how to define a best friend for real, because I feel like the word best friend, like I've seen movies like those American kids and all those, like they grew up with their friends from primary, college, varsity. Like you I don't think we have that in Africa. For real. Africa, yeah. College, another group. University, another.
Totally
Few of us
another-
carry our friends on.
How should I term it? When you look at the Western world, people are taught gratitude, to appreciate what they have.
Exactly.
It's different. For us, our parents raise us to see other people as competition. That is why we get
Exactly.
it. The other side, parents focus more on family. You understand?
Yeah.
They love and spread love, teach to spread love. But
Family
for us, we
setting.
even see our parents fight each other in the neighborhood,
Exactly.
and we are taught all sorts of things. You get it?
Mm,
So, from being in that setup, how are you going to keep even the people that treasure you? You understand?
yeah.
Just to think about it. The other side, people are taught to clap for others. Here, it is you and it's all about you.
Yeah.
So you have to fight for your space to shine.
You
You get
can't
the
let
whole
them
thing.
go
So when your friend tries
ahead of
to
you.
get to another level, you have to bring them down so that you're at the
Exactly.
same level if you're not walking at the same pace.
Oh my God.
So it's a lot. It's a lot. The other side, I think everyone has been told they are beautiful, they are unique, and we don't have
We
such.
don't
We
have.
do not grow up with
We
such.
don't.
Yes.
And not
So
to say they don't also have these challenges, but I feel like, how it's portrayed for them most times, you find them, they're like, in their weddings, it's like they're baby friends, that talk and all that. And we don't have here. Most of us have friends that we made. Oh, this is my varsity friend. There is no really like a story. And I think because most times we easily trash our friends, I don't think we have the concept of fighting for your friendship like we think of fighting for your marriage. And I think you can still like, if you're out there and you have a friend you have forgotten, someone that you've never thought about, and you remember this person was there for me, just pick up your phone and call.
yeah,
This
after
is a
this call,
matter
I'm
of
calling
love. Yes,
someone.
be like, I want to check on you because I want to tell you I lost my friend.
No.
I lost a friend. He committed suicide. Guys, up to today,
Oh.
talking about it like right now, it just came back rushing in, like the whole thing. And up to today, I talked to that guy, and because we don't really have these conversations with our friends, we don't talk to them daily. We can't even know the sound of their voice, the tone, and just be able to tell, oh, this person feels like there's something going wrong. And when I was told this boy did what he did, I was so heartbroken because I feel like, oh, maybe I should have, maybe I would have done something. We tend to, but also that I didn't really create memories with him because after we left school, that was it. But this is someone who was there for me. This is someone who'd get for me food on the boys' side. Because boys, how they get food quickly and they go. Girls are always many at school. And this is someone who loved me. This was someone who was so gentle. And losing that friend is one thing that made me realize I really need to take my friends, seriously, because what's the use of being my friend without maximizing the time that we have together? What's the reason for being my friend if you're not going to call me and check on me and be like, okay, how are you? And like for me, there's so many things that have shown me that friendships are not something to play about, and that's one of the things on my wedding. My friend showed up,
Oh.
my husband's friends showed up, and that made me realize that actually, friends, when you have friendships that are meaningful, that you've invested in, like when you spend, like Sheila, how we spend time, and when I spend time with it's you, like
Yeah.
it's you, girl, like you come to me like, Petty, this is happening, and I'm like, yes, tell me, baby girl.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long I'm going to listen to you, but
Yeah.
I was present. I was present, and that means a lot. That's something you carry on to the next day, to the next month,
And
and all that.
I think one of the things I've realized as we're discussing right here, right
Mm,
about this time, is
mm.
that we misjudge each other. We most of the times our friendships die because we are all battling silent battles. We have
Yeah,
fights,
girl.
and we have all these assumptions. This one neglected me. They dumped me at a point where I needed
I
them.
need
They were also in need of
going through
you.
something.
Yes, they were also in need of you. Actually, if you have a relationship that ended on the grounds of they weren't there at the time or the moment when I needed them more, find out what was happening in their
Happening, and
lives.
they'll
Find out. Yeah.
first know what Oh
Exactly. Because
yeah,
people like me, I will not share my battle, honestly speaking. I'll
exactly.
have to first come out of that pickle and then maybe, and I'll come back. Sometimes I'll talk about it, other times I won't. You
Yeah.
understand? But it takes an extra effort. a listening heart for you to really figure this whole thing out.
When you show me that you really care, then I can open up.
Yes, and it takes time. So maybe
It takes time, and you need to learn to be patient with your friends and just let me tell you guys, you have 3 seedlings, but God can give you more than 3 friendships. God can give you people. Let me tell you, like, I'm going to say this over and over again. The people who buried my dad, a majority of them were friends. And it's because this man showed up and showed off his friends. They showed up for him. And that's why you see, most times in weddings, most of the people who contribute by their friends, not relatives. In like burials and all that. So I just pray that God gives us the ability to create friendships, meaningful friendships, because in the world that we are in today,
the word meaningful.
Yeah, meaningful.
Yes.
Let there be purpose in your friendships.
Yes.
Don't just have friends. People, let this person build you. Let this be someone that you know, if I call this person, yeah, it's only wisdom. If not, to be like, Satan, get out of the door. Like, they counter you with there's that thing about them. But if you're going to waste time on friends who are going to rant, no. Get friends who are going to build you. Be intentional.
Who take bullets for you?
Yeah.
Not the friends holding the gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have intentional friends.
Then also thing we look at is the fact that people focus more on, if a friend can't give me money when I need it, then they're not friends. No, it's not monetary.
Who told your friend is the one who's supposed to give you money?
It is not monetary. Them listening to your problem is enough.
Enough. Some of your friends are broke, my friend.
They might even have the money, but they're struggling. It is for something they've already set apart.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not assume this whole thing. The way you're struggling, your friend is. I know it's a coffee, guys. It's a refill. Yeah. So, yeah. It takes a lot, okay? When it comes to all this friendship, it takes a lot. What's happening to you, it could be happening in your friend's life, but you have the confidence to share with them. They might not have the confidence, or they don't feel it safe to express themselves at the moment. So do not judge if a friend does not come through for you. Understand at the moment they cannot, given the fact they've been in your life for a while, probably at the moment they weren't in position.
You know, so I think we need to deliberately ask God for friends. Mm-hmm. Deliberately ask God to enable us come across people, the right people who can be friends to us. Because sometimes you are going to meet a Judah.
Yes, true.
You meet a Judah and you don't know that he's the one who's he's going to be the one to sell you.
On several occasions, talking about, there are those people, you support to get through workspaces and all that, and at the end of the day they are the same people who fight you. And when you get to your bed, like, the question is, what did I do wrong? Was it to be your friend, or was it to get you in my space? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I'll say it is all funny, Jenny. Yeah, enjoy living with people at the moment when they're still with you.
Yeah.
Those friendships that will last will definitely last. Someone said about there are 3 kinds of friendships, okay? Untermined in a tree. There are those that are roots, those that are stems, and the leaves that we have. Okay? Those friends that are leaves, when a storm comes, they'll shake it off. Yeah? They'll fall off at one point.
Oh, yes.
You get it?
Yes.
Just one storm, and they are nowhere to be found. Okay? Maybe you, by that moment, we became friends. You had some money and all that. And
that's what attracted them to you.
Exactly. So when a little bit of crisis knocked at your door, they'll run in a direction you can never tell.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have friends that are branches and stems. The first storm they will survive. Second storm they might stand. Third storm they'll give up.
They'll give up.
You get it, and they'll run. But then there are those friends that are roots. They'll fall with you. They rise with you.
They will go through it all with you.
They will support you. Exactly. They will help you stand firm. They're going to be the wings that will bind all your broken flights. I think these are the friends we need to pray for.
Like, seriously. Yeah. And I thank God I have some. Yeah. Mashaka. But like we really need to take friendships seriously, and very importantly, we need to be able to really be able to scan people before we bring them into our lives, because they leave an impact.
Yeah, true.
It's either going to be a good one or a bad one, because I know friends who've really destroyed, people's homes, destroyed relationships, and just a lot. Not everyone really cares about you. And how many friends should someone have? And I that question is one question that really, really has been so hard for me, because there is also being a friendly person, and being a friendly person means that you're the kind of person who can easily just make friends.
I tell people I'm friendly, I'm not your friend.
Oh yeah, there's a difference. There is a
I'm
difference.
friendly, but I'm not
I'm
your
not
friend.
your friend.
Don't declare it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Mm.
So I can actually talk to you and meet you the next maybe seminar, and then we're like, hi. And we just like each other, but we're not really like,
We're
the
not
person I can
friends.
sit down and be like telling my crap.
No.
Did me, I'm a crybaby. I've really, so many of my friends have made me
Oh.
cry. I remember one day I shared a room with someone I loved so much, and I'm the kind of girl who would literally just watch things happen, because I would prefer to save the relationship, but I was hurting. And that's what I'm going to say, that there's no difference between a friendly, like friendship, and like this other intimate kind of relationships. It's like the same thing. The only thing is that you're not sleeping with this person.
Yeah, true.
But it's like the emotion is real, because you invest. I mean, she look like you're a gifter. Like you're kind of like a gifter. She's like always gifting. Like she's gifted me more than I've gifted her. And like for me, it's like you're investing in a way in this relationship, and not to get that reciprocated is something that really lives. Like sometimes,
Just like in a relationship,
and
I
you're
think it's
very hard.
intimate.
You're very hard not to correct you. I feel like
Yes.
you have to like I think you just kept cropping into my life and be like, check, okay, I can do that. Cause girl,
Yeah.
I would see you and I'm like, who is this elegant girl?
Who's the girl?
Hey!
Da-da-da-da.
I'm like, God, this girl make her be my
Aw.
friend.
Yeah, when you talk about God, yeah, reporting to God everything. We also need to pray for favor.
Yeah.
Yes, because
In the eyes of
sometimes
men.
you might meet good people, but just because you are not dressed with that favor, you're
Ooh.
rejected.
You rejected.
And yet there are other people you need in your life.
yeah.
So
yeah.
we really need to pray for
yeah.
that.
The favor. So that means the favor in the eyes of men.
In the eyes
that
of
let God
men.
be able
Yes.
to. It's like God let, because you know that actually your friends are your destiny helpers. Most times we're asking God to give us help and do this, but sometimes you really need your friends to save the day.
Recently, I call him my brother Elijah. I'm sorry, yes, my brother. There is a situation that really happened, and honestly, I wasn't so sure how I was going to go through it. Elijah and the wife put up everything to see me through it. Like till that, I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, did it really just happen?
Do such people exist?
Exactly. I love these people. Like, I'm getting emotional.
cry. Don't
no,
cry,
of course,
baby.
I'll just sit. I won't cry.
Yeah, but seriously, relationships
Yeah.
have to be cherished. If you really find that God has given you a friend, and this person really blesses your life, pours into your life,
Challenges you to be better. You know, we can be challenged in two ways.
me, I have my challenger.
Tell me, tell
I
me.
have my challenger. My challenger, my girl, I've told you most times about her, is that you call her. If you ever called her and you're telling her that maybe, or some, like, like no, I don't like to share, but she's someone that when I'm really feeling like I'm in a bad place, I can talk to. But she's the kind of person who gives you perspective, not dependent on emotion, but she'll be like, okay, he did this, you say he did this, but I want you to look at the brighter side. Okay, I don't even say how she says, because the way she says it, someone that you called and you're pissed off and you're trying to, tell, oh, this person, Henry did this. And she's like, Henry did what? That he did what? But me, I know, like I know you.
Why are you?
I know you. Why you call him? He did what? That boy is sweet. That boy is kind. Don't come me telling me those what? Okay, what did you do? You know I love you. Like she didn't speak it. But by the time I'm done talking to my girl, it's like she's like, "Pretty God has blessed you with a beautiful marriage. God has blessed you with a good man, and he's not a perfect man, but he's good. He's there. He loves you. Remember when this happened to you? Remember how he carried you in the." So she, like, and that's why that is my girl.
That's the
Like,
girl.
I call her knowing that I'm going to be bashed. Like she's never going to side with anyone, and I love her so much for that. And even if like I don't really share everything with her, but there are things that I know that if I wanted her to just pray over me, she will do that. I remember when I started my own enterprise and she came there, the first thing she was like, Makalaba Shekete. She started speaking in tongues, praying, and I'm like, no, this is the girl that I want. And I think even with you for moments we've been together, I think Muslims when I come to even today I was telling you like I see how beautiful your relationship is. And even when like when you're like, oh, God, today this and this and that, you're inspired by seeing your friend's relationship and you're like, my friend's relationship is beautiful. Mine is beautiful. Everyone always is going through something, but who are the people around you?
Sure.
And what picture do you see daily?
And what kind of decisions they influence you to make?
Exactly. So let me tell you, most of us, I'm going to say this again, have 2, 3 siblings, but you find that some of us, the jobs we have is because of friendships. The church you're in is because of a friendship. The money, actually, mostly when it comes to marriage, it's sometimes mostly friends that connect.
Yeah.
You get? So this even with Christ, even with the Holy Spirit, it say that the Holy Spirit is a friend. So the thing friendship is not just a joke as in how we, make it. That means most times some of us we get like 100 friends and we're not investing because there's just so many. Get 3, 4 friends, okay? Like get them and just don't rush. Pour into each other every day. Every day, just pour into each other and see that relationship build. And I think the one person that really showed, how friendships should be or should look like, and that's Christ.
Yeah.
When you look at Jesus, Jesus. First of all, let's start with the fact that when he was looking for disciples, he didn't go for like the priests, those guys, the religious leaders.
Yeah, the religious leaders.
Because they knew the word, they knew everything, the coming of Christ. But he went for the like
people like us.
for the fishermen, people like Peter. And the Bible tells us that he was a friend to Peter, but he was also a friend to Lazarus.
Yeah.
The Bible even says that he wept when Lazarus died.
Yeah.
Meaning like he had this deeper
Empathy,
relationship.
and
Yes.
he could feel.
He could feel.
Yeah.
Actually, there's so much the Bible talks about, when it
And
comes to Christ and his friendships.
when you talk about that, if you notice the kind of people God selected, they did not have to change who they truly are for to buy the relationship.
Peter was Peter.
Now look at Peter. Look at the
Peter
people
was
that
Peter.
but look at the girls, the men that we are finding right now. When they see you are somewhere, they're going to try to show you that they are also in that.
Class. Baby.
So that
Funa class yo.
Gama tugamba ngafuna class yo.
Sweetheart, that is a very beautiful me. I was dished because I wasn't in the class. I know of a friend that we've really grown up together, and I got married and things happen, and she's been climbing ladders. But let me tell you, I met this girl and she practically pretended she didn't see me. And I went ahead and be like, hey girl. But she practically pretended this is someone I've known back home. And then now she pretended she didn't know me because it felt like her class is not my class. And she looked like that. But does really friendship have to be materialistic?
No, it shouldn't. It should not. If anyone wakes up in the morning and they choose to be friends with me because, yo, sweetheart, yeah, I know nothing to do with class. I don't follow trains. I know nothing about class. I just live my
That's what
life.
I'm saying. I know when you get a job, things change. You have the classy friends, but don't forget the friends that if you know. I know, by the way, that has ever happened to me back there at home when I started working. We used to go to a place called Kanunu and then have pizza. It was just that life. But I used to have a friend called Maggie. Shara, baby girl. Maggie, me and Maggie, we would like buy our sodas. The things that we used to do together that made her feel comfy, that made her feel good. That she didn't have to pretend like Whereas with the other guys, we used to actually go there because most times it was when I used to work with some organization there. Those are friendships that I created. But what guys, stop dishing your friends and
No,
putting them
just like
aside because you think your class has
when you see
changed.
the Elijahs and all that, when we're moving out, okay, everyone looks at me and they laugh at how I behave sometimes in public. Me, I have no problem taking off my shoes and I start rolling and start
Dancing and
twirling,
fly.
twirling in the room because that is true. I am.
Oh my god.
Truly, I'm going to shout.
You're
In my
going to
90s,
school.
in my 90s, I'll go to the
You know, the
supermarket.
first day I met you, I looked at you and I was like, okay, but it's so funny. But I also want to tell you, Sheila, something that, like you said, grace. God will give you friends that He will give you the ability to have the grace to love them and just see beauty in who they are. Because when I first saw you, you were dancing ballet. I was like, ballet. This girl was flying. I was like, okay. I was crazy, but she loves ballet. She loves music and karaoke,
Oh,
and she will
nice.
sing on top of her voice. But me, it's so beauty in that I love to sing. And then you see when you started singing, I joined in. Everyone joined in.
We go to a restaurant and now you're moved with people, and because we are there, me, I am singing, I'm doing, and you're like, you have to behave like,
No,
it's the
no.
classy place. What are you talking about? So
Tony.
my noisy is gutter?
No, she's trying to turn you down.
Hush.
But that's mean because
Sweetheart, one thing is I'll be myself
Yeah.
wherever I go, and that as friends, you need to embrace
that.
who people are.
Yeah.
Regardless, me, I don't
Yeah.
understand class. And one thing I love about you is you are yourself, like your true self.
Yeah. And me.
Sure.
And
you don't have
me.
to. You don't have to wake up like when we are going to meet you. Like, let me wear this makeup and I show up.
Yeah.
Guys, for us, we'll visit each other in our
they will,
90s,
yeah.
in our deras, and we are there, and that is
Just
it.
be yourself.
Be yourself, yes.
And I think as we conclude, I think the most beautiful thing about friendships is investing,
Yeah.
be intentional, be
Intentional.
consistent, and true friendships last forever.
Exactly.
There's these people who are like, oh, you didn't call me, oh, you did. Sometimes don't pressurize your friends. The friends who want like you to give receipt all the time, those are friends who are, I don't know, like there's these friendships you do, like, there's a time when you literally we didn't see each other for like weeks,
Yeah.
and then when we met, we just you just start from where you ended.
Yeah.
And that is the beauty. Christ loved and He was the best friend. He's still the best friend. Let's learn to love like Christ
Don't judge
does.
one another.
Yeah, don't.
Friendship is non-judgmental. It is patient.
It's patient.
It is empathetic.
Exactly.
It is for listeners.
Yeah.
It is for people who give back what they receive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check on your friends.
True.
Check on your friends. Some of you are even where you are right now because someone helped you back
Exactly.
there in primary school.
Remember the ladders you took
Exactly.
to climb where you are.
And I'm not saying that someone has to be your best friend, but think about the people who were good to you. Those were your friends.
Someone who gives you without expecting is a friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, you guys, let me tell you, there are people I call emergency people, emergency numbers. When I was sick, I called one of my friends and it's called Mike. These are people who've been in my life And like I would take forever to call them. When I just call them, I'm sick, this is happening. They're like, "Ta-da-da-da, medicine, this guys, don't joke around with your friends. There are those people that they're your emergency number. Like, you cannot lose them. If as long as they want to be there, someone you call and be like, you don't talk to them. You don't like, but you just have that mutual love, unexplainable. Some of us actually have such relationships, but because they're there, you don't even visit and be like, I mean, let me dip my finger and see how this is, going. Because sometimes you have those people and you just forget them. If you're not really a very talkative person, maybe their birthday, wish them, maybe anniversary, just show up. And I like Sheila is a gifter. I don't know whether I'm a gifter, but like buy something for your friend. Do something. It's really beautiful. So what else do you want to say? Do you have anything to say? And we get into this pizza.
Yeah, so one thing I need to tell the world is quality is better than quantity. Having many friends does not guarantee that you will really have a very smooth sailing life. No, thank you. Pick friends that matter, friends that are of purpose, friends that are of a great cause, friends that are going to challenge you to be better, not those that are going to challenge you to question your ability, potential, and your existence. So focus on fruitful, meaningful relationships, and those other friendships we need to hunt for.
Amen.
Take care.
Okay, see you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Yes.
And see you next time. And continue celebrating love. Besides, for us, instead of talking about Valentine, we decided that we just want to talk about friendships because it's not just the toxic, those relationships, but the beautiful friendships. Those are really vital things to talk about. Because I think everyone is talking about, oh, he bought me this, he did this, but I don't talk about friendships. Some of us.
He told me he loves me.
But I love you too. Bye. Like this video.